This is KGW News at Sunrise.
They knew where the lockbox was, they knew where the cash box was, they knew where everything was, and just pried it off the floor.
That's the owner of a Southeast Portland cafe talking about the thieves who broke into a shop over the weekend. The Mother's Day heist was caught on camera. We'll have more from the owner and how friends and customers have already stepped up to help coming up in our top story.
And the FBI has a hefty reward out for anyone who has information leading to an arrest or conviction in a murder that happened 3 years ago. We'll have the latest in the case and how much the FBI is offering up for information coming up in just a few minutes.
Also this morning, man, this was like the topic of conversation on Saturday.
Absolutely.
Oh, big time.
And again yesterday. The Northern Lights. A lot of you saw the action on Friday night. Others, like Rodney and myself, were fast asleep. But thanks to your pictures, we can experience it again here this morning. We'll share some of those photos coming up later this half hour.
Hey, glad you're here with us on this Monday morning. I'm still riding the high from seeing the Northern Lights on Friday.
Your pictures online were some of the first I saw Saturday morning.
Oh, really?
Like, oh my gosh, it really happened.
Yeah.
Like, there was actually something to see.
Yeah, totally. It was amazing.
Statistically speaking, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's high that we have these, we could see the Northern Lights tonight and we never do. Every now and then,
I know.
And then typically we do it just a few people. So I did like you. I got up Saturday morning. Well, let's go and see if anybody saw anything.
Bam.
And just waves and waves and waves of images.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, and we will be showcasing more of those during our show this morning. Right now, it doesn't look like much, but it's my big weather story. This little sliver of clouds actually marks the leading edge. Some cooler weather that's marching in. It may bring some increasing low clouds in the coming hours, but so far nothing. You see blue skies up over the city, so it's a gorgeous start to our day at this hour. We're at 55 degrees. Some of you have slipped into the upper 40s. I have a 63 at noon, and remember, cooler weather. So 73 at 5 p.m. Should feel very, very nice out there. That's your Monday forecast.
All right, Rob, we appreciate that update. Thieves broke into a small business in Southeast Portland over the weekend, and the owners are hoping someone recognizes the people behind the break-in.
So that break-in happened on Mother's Day morning, and they got away with the lockbox and all the cash inside of it. Devin Haskins is live in Southeast Portland this morning, where it happened at the Covert Cafe. Good morning, Devin.
Yeah, good morning. The thieves breaking into the Covert Cafe here and getting in and out in under 3 minutes. The owner saying because it happened on a Sunday, he was unable to get his weekend's worth of earnings to the bank. So he says they got away with a lot. We want to show you some of that security footage. You see the thieves break in through the front area of the restaurant here. You can see the pair dressed in black from head to toe with masks covering their mouth and nose. They used a crowbar to pry open the front door, and once inside, they know right where to go, heading towards the front counter and the lockbox that was kept there. For most of the video, you can't see their faces, but this freeze frame shows a clear photo of the face of one of them. The owner believes he thinks they knew right where to look.
They obviously had been here recently and taken a look around at something. I mean, the only way it makes sense. They knew right where to go. They went into the bathroom for 1 minute to look for a safe. That's the only thing I can figure out, but other than that, they just went right to the spot where everything was.
Now, this is the latest break-in to a small business here in the Montevilla neighborhood. KGW reported last month that a thrift store and a pet store were also broken into. Portland police investigating all of those. And so if you know anything or recognize that face that we showed you, call Portland Police. Back to you.
All right, Devin Haskins live for us this morning in Southeast Portland. All right, in other local headlines this morning, the FBI is offering a reward again for information about a homicide that happened 3 years ago in Northeast Portland. Investigators believe 25-year-old Danae Williams was the innocent victim of an ongoing gang dispute. Williams was in her car near Northeast MLK in Deacon when someone in a silver sedan pulled up and fired multiple shots. She died the next day. A passenger who was in the car with Williams was also critically injured, but survived. There's still no lead on who fired those shots. The FBI is offering a $15,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest or a conviction.
This week, a Multnomah County grand jury is expected to hear testimony surrounding the murder of Joanna Speaks, one of at least 5 women who went missing and turned up dead across the Portland area last year. Here's investigative reporter Kyle Aboshi with a recap of the case and what's coming up.
Detectives believe Speaks was killed in Portland although her body was found in an abandoned barn in Ridgefield, Washington on April 8, 2023. The 32-year-old mother died of blunt head and neck injuries, according to the Clark County Medical Examiner's Office. No arrests have been made in the case. Last summer, the Associated Press, the Oregonian, and Willamette Week all cited law enforcement sources who identified Jessie Calhoun as the person of interest in the deaths of several women whose bodies were found in wooded or secluded areas around Portland between February and May. Calhoun has not been charged in any of the deaths. He's currently being held at Snake River Correctional Institution in eastern Oregon on charges unrelated to the women's deaths. Calhoun is scheduled to be released from prison in less than a month, June 7th. Last year, Calhoun claimed he'd been wrongly accused in a series of messages sent to KGW through an inmate communication system. Quote, "I'm no killer," he wrote. We reached out to Calhoun's public defender about the upcoming grand jury, but have not heard back. Kyle Aboshi, KGW News.
First responders were busy this weekend with at least a half dozen water rescues. These are some photos from one rescue at Moulton Falls in Clark County. 2 people got stuck on a rock in the middle of the river there. Those people are okay, though. Rescuers say it's a good reminder that local rivers are still running high and the waters are running fast and cold.
And to the Oregon coast, where the U.S. Coast Guard saved 2 people and a dog over the weekend. It happened east of Astoria, about 2.5 miles just off of Tongue Point. The Coast Guard says a boat capsized Saturday. One person was airlifted and a boat picked up the other person and the dog. Both those people were taken to the hospital.
All right, we talked about the Northern Lights right at the top of this hour. We're excited to talk more about those lights with Rod here in a second. But first, your photos. We asked you to share your pictures of what you may have seen on Friday night. Let's start with Dana. Dana sent us this photo from Aloha. Good shot there, good vantage point. The next one comes from Becky in Brush Prairie. More of the same. Fantastic work there. Tito. What's up from Tito? I think I've seen this before. Yeah, you got the purple, the green, all those terrific colors. This one, though, was shot in Tigard. And then we have one more photo right here. This one was taken in Sheridan. So, do we have a last one? Sorry. Whoa.
Look at that.
Glad I didn't forget this one.
Yeah.
The Northern Lights giving us that silhouette of the Longhorn in Arlington.
Wow.
So if you continue to share your photos, we will continue to share them here on the air. Did you see the Northern Lights on Friday? We want to see the proof.
Okay, so I know you guys didn't see them, but where did you guys go to try? Or did you, I know Rod tried, did you try?
We tried to go to sleep.
No, on Saturday.
Saturday, and as far as I know, most people that attempted Saturday did not see anything. Some did, but most didn't.
Yeah, my boys drove up to Estacada and failed.
We went up to Ridgefield, and it was crazy. We were talking in the newsroom. We're on these country roads that you would think maybe no one's been on this road in a month. No, there were cars all over the place.
All
People
over.
parking along, pulling off. And, but unfortunately for us Saturday, we were out until about midnight. Didn't see it.
Yeah, so if you believed the forecast on Friday, and we said there may be the chance, you got to see the show.
And in fact, the agencies that put out those geomagnetic storm watches, that's what we were under, they doubled down that the chances were good again Saturday. But, you know.
Yeah,
It
50-50.
Friday was the day, and Friday was really something. Here's a few more. A lot of you posted on my KGW Rod Hill Facebook page. Appreciate that. These are the ones I woke up to go, well, let's see if anything was going on. It was like, wow. So from Yacold, Kristen sent that one. Beautiful pics. Northeast Portland, Laura posted that one. Again, the color is just spectacular. Laney posting this one up in Battleground off on the right side. I saw several pictures down into Salem, and you probably realize, but there were pictures from Arkansas. I saw online people saying even Florida. I know I saw pictures in Nashville, Tennessee. So it was crazy how widespread this was. All right, again, Friday night mostly in terms of the widespread. Here's the cooler air that's moving in. No moisture with it here on the west side. We may or may not see morning cloudiness increase in the coming couple of hours into Portland. Right now we're mainly clear. We do have clouds along the coast. See a helicopter flying right there? We have clouds along the coast, and there are clouds up in Cowlitz County right now. We're 55 out along the Columbia. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be the more comfortable weather coming in today that we have seen in a while. We've got 54 up in Kelso, 52 in Newport, Bend 48. Still not reporting at McNary Field in Salem. Not sure how long that weather site's going to be out, that station. 49 out in Burns. Futurecast still like some morning clouds coming in between now and 8, 9 o'clock this evening, or excuse me, this morning into the North Valley, but clear in Salem, and the low clouds clouds along the coast. And then most of us will just become mostly sunny during the day. This does show some clouds hovering up in Clatsop County and then eventually breaking up somewhat a little bit later today. So depending on where you are, some morning cloudiness around the coast, some cloudiness, but a lot of us will just become mostly sunny fairly quickly, and it is dry across Oregon and Washington this afternoon. That was the wide view at 7:30 this evening. Here are the comfortable temperatures. How about 73 in Salem, 74 in Corvallis. Northwest winds might become a little bit breezy this afternoon, bouncing 15 to 25 in spots. Battleground 70, Vancouver 73. I've got Portland at 73, 78 tomorrow. Mid-80s return on Wednesday and Thursday. And keep your eye on this if you have plans this upcoming weekend. Right now, an upper level low dropping down, showing likely rain showers on Saturday and a mix of sun and scattered showers on Sunday. It's a Monday morning, and we'll be back in just a moment.